one of the first true PlayStation 5 exclusives, Housemarque's Return is a punchy third-person shooter with cutting-edge graphics, roguelike mechanics, and an exciting Groundhog Day mystery with a sci-fi twist. The game was loved by PlayStation players who could live with its high difficulty, and now PC players can finally see what Returnal's problem is thanks to a new port from Climax Studios. Returnal is the latest PlayStation exclusive for PC and has all the expected bells and whistles. While Return is certainly no slouch on PS5, the PC port offers a few extra tweaks to make the game look and feel even better if you have the hardware to support it. We tested the game with AMD Ryzen 9 and NVIDIA GeForce RTX 3080 and it ran like a dream. Players with a powerful PC will be blown away by Returnal's massive visuals as they explore the planet Atropos as the hapless protagonist Selene. Returnal is filled with strange alien creatures that bombard Selena with the colorful, bright energy beams that are so prevalent in the game's dark environments. As Selene destroys these enemies with whatever weapons she manages to find while exploring the procedurally generated world of Atropos, she must also be careful to avoid all incoming attacks. To die is to start the whole loop over, so there's always a lot of tension in the battles of Returnal. Fighting standard, repetitive enemies is nerve-wracking enough, but things escalate significantly when players face one of the game's bosses. The return to challenging boss battles is a real highlight of the experience, pushing players' skills to the limit and forcing them to gear up for the best upgrades. Defeating a boss in Returnal feels like a big accomplishment because it comes with actual progression. Players can die and have to repeat the Returnal cycle from the beginning. But they don't have to repeat any boss fights. Because Returnal uses a procedurally generated environment, learning the game has nothing to do with memorization. It all depends on skill and reaction time. Those who take the time to really get into Returnal will find it one of the most rewarding experiences, though the game is definitely not for everyone. The high difficulty of returning can be frustrating for some players, especially if they realize that the game itself would be quite short if they didn't die and respawn all the time. Those who enjoy challenging gameplay and unfair mechanics will likely have a lot of fun with Returnal, so PC gamers who have never played the PS5 version should consider picking it up as soon as possible. But everyone might also consider getting a PS5 DualSense controller. Return's mouse and keyboard controls are great for the most part, but playing with anything other than DualSense loses some of the game's soul. Fortunately, the PS5's DualSense controller works on PC, so PC gamers can still get a real experience on their platform of choice. The DualSense controller's haptic feedback and adaptive triggers greatly enhance Returnal's intense combat, all of which completely disappears when playing the game with a standard mouse and keyboard. Dodging incoming attacks is also a bit more difficult with a mouse and keyboard than with a controller, so those planning to play the game on PC should keep in mind that they may need to invest in a PS5 controller to play the game to its full potential. If you have a DualSense controller, Homecoming for PC will offer the same experience as the PS5 version, with all the extra content added in post-launch updates. This allows players returning to PC to immediately check out everything the Big Ascension update has to offer, including online co-opus. We weren't able to test Return's co-opus mode on PC, but it will likely work similarly to PS5, allowing two players to team up and try to complete the campaign together. In addition to adding co-opus, Returnal's Ascension update also introduced the Tower of Sisyphus, which players can access early in the game. Tower of Sisyphus is a wave-based mode that is really aimed at those who have mastered the game and are looking for more action. It's great that returning PC players will have access to Tower of Sisyphus and online co-opus at launch, as it means the game is more complete than when it debuted on PS5. In addition to all of this content, the Return PC port also includes quality-of-life features that were introduced after the original game was released. In particular, it includes the ability to stop the current cycle. At first, Returnal lacked a proper save system, which was a bit of a hassle every time someone had to stop playing halfway through. Housemarque finally listened to fan feedback about the lack of a save option in Return and introduced an option to stop loops that PC players can use out of the box. The PC version of Homecoming has everything it had on day one, a year after the original game, meaning its PC debut is in better shape than when it first landed on PS5. Developer Climax Studios has knocked it out of the park with this port, so any PC gamer interested in Returnal can safely pick it up. But they might want to consider getting the DualSense. Return is out now on PC and PS5. Our rating, 4.5 out of 5. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and support my channel.